everybody, welcome back to some more Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. It's back to having to water every plant twice a day in a taking forever simulator. Ooh. I almost forgot. I have too many plants. I have too many plants. Way too many. I cannot wait until the turnips are done. Except for I'll have to wait. So how's your day going, everybody? What are you up to? We're gonna be here for a while. Oh yeah, I turned up the music a little. I hope you enjoy. It sounds kind of deafening to me. I might actually turn down my headset a little. I have my headset on an external DAC, so I can turn it down without turning it down for you guys. I'm gonna do that. That's too loud. There we go. That sounds right. Still sounds the same to you, right? It doesn't sound like it went down? It shouldn't. You're going for your comp cape in RuneScape. What's a comp cape? I used to play RuneScape when I was a kid, though. Good game. I most recently replayed it again a little bit. I don't know, several years ago now. Sounds the same? Good. See, that's why I love my external DAC. Or, well, one of the reasons. One reason I love it is I don't have the electrical interference I would hear if I just used my sound card. But the other reason is that it has a volume knob on it, so I can adjust the volume going to my headset without adjusting the volume on the computer. That was a miss. And that's important, because I want to have the volume like set optimally for YouTube and everything, and for you guys. But I still want to be able to turn it down on my end, because it's just too damn loud for me in my headset, you know? I don't want to go deaf. I already have tinnitus. Not like severely, but enough that I do have the ringing. It's what happens when you have to wear a headset for a living. And I listen to things at a pretty low volume too. But you know, living with a headset on, it is what it is. It's part of the job. You play Pokerug more than actual games nowadays? I mean, Pokerug is pretty fun. I mean, it is an actual game, but I know what you mean. Like, it's not like a game you buy. Wow, the back-to-back of being dizzy and hungry. Platinum is peak Gen 4, but Diamond is a nostalgia factor for me. I can understand that. See, I didn't grow up with Diamond or Pearl, so when I go back and I play those now, I'm just infinitely annoyed at how unbelievably slow the fights are. In Platinum, they sped it up a lot. I'm gonna have to make my guy eat some sashimi, I swear. Dude, it's just rapid firing the exhaustion. Okay, just, yeah, eat sashimi. Hey, watch, he'll start bitching again in like 2 seconds. Right, back to everyone in the chat. I guess I have to say hello. Welcome to my dry bread video. It won't feed you of crusts. Okay. Chilling with your stream after beating Matthias in Guns of Fury using only dodge rolling. I don't know what Guns of Fury is. What is that? Tale of Two Towns is cool. That's a I almost said a Fire Emblem game. No, it's not. That's a Harvest Moon game, right? Rune Factory 4 is also fun if you're on 3DS. I forget which Rune Factory I played. I played one on regular DS. It was good. One of your friends literally gave you her copy of Diamond because she couldn't stand how slow it was after playing Platinum first. Wow, you lucked out that day. That was a really good day. Yeah, it was. Free game. Good game, too. As much as I can complain about how slow Diamond and Pearl are, they still are good games. Guns of Fury is a new run-and-gun Metroidvania. I think Metal Slug meets Castlevania Dawn of Sorrows. Okay. Which one was Dawn of Sorrows again? I know I played that. Remind me which one Dawn of Sorrows was. Was that a Game Boy Advanced one? And I've played Metal Slug a little bit. It's not really like my favorite game. I'm not a huge run-and-gun guy. Like, I enjoyed some of Contra Hardcore on the Genesis. I thought that was a good game, but like, it's not really my genre. Regular Rune Factory on DS might be 3. Yeah, you know what? That's the one I played. It was 3 for sure. Hey, old lady likes me now, right? So I don't need to spend as much time befriending her. Dude, why are you angry? You were just awake. God, I hate that in this game. They will fall asleep at a moment's notice. Oh no, don't drink it. Oh, wrong button. No confirmation. Shoot me. Disappointed you didn't call the cow Mooly. Well, I named the cows and the animals after the chat. There's no one in the chat called that. I wonder how many times I've started like humming the song. It's just drilled into my soul, you know, from every time I've played this game. Okay, good, you're still awake. I remember I cleaned them recently too. Awake. There we go. Hello, chicken. Give me your egg. Oops. I love that I can just... Ah, fucking wrong button. Yeah, just eat that raw egg with a shell on, you freak. Hey, at least maybe now he won't bitch about being exhausted. Yeah, eat this too. Just eat things you find on the ground. Crunchy, yeah. Extra calcium. Oh, you made the same joke as me. This one does have a pretty unique feel, doesn't it? Okay. Weody. What am I doing today? I feel like I've already befriended most of the people I care about, other than the dude who lives with us, but I think he likes, like, what is it, cooked meals? Oh, here he is. You want some sashimi? You want some sashimi? How are you doing? That looks pretty good. Can I have some? Yes. Here you go, dude. Befriending you is a good idea. Who else do I need to... Oh, he's looking at me. Wow, that was easy. Okay. I need to befriend Daryl, right? He likes fish? Maybe I should go fishing. You guys know the rules, though. You've got to tell me about your day when I go fishing and what you've been up to. Enjoy your baka sashimi. How's it going? I would say long time no talk, but I don't think it's been that long since I DM'd you. I forgot I hate fishing on the bridge, because then you can't see your little bobber as well. It's a funny term, befriend. It's like befriend. Last time I used the same logic with boyfriend, it didn't end well. I only realized recently, but I am a thing in every MDB series currently going where he names something after chat. Yeah, the horse in this, you're a cow in Stardew, you're a rat that died and is now a fox in RimWorld. Yeah. I like incorporating the chat into the show, which is why you're on screen. Because then when people watch it later, they can read what you're saying. How far is the save file along? Oh, we're just in summer of year 1. This game is slow. We're on the original. The original is way slower than the remake. Today's the last day of vacation. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. There we go. Got back from minor league baseball game. Have a new job I started and said, oh, congratulations on the new job. I'm happy I didn't just eat that fish raw, hitting the wrong button or something. You know what fucks me up? Is the thing in the top right where it says A, B, X, Y? The A and B are swapped, the X and the Y are swapped. It's annoying. You don't really know why Stardew Valley isn't considered a ripoff? Well, they kind of did their own thing with it. I wouldn't say it's a ripoff. It's got a very different feel. You need to do your yearly Deadly Premonition watch through. I hear a lot of people do that yearly. Actually, that's a common comment I get on a lot of Let's Plays. People coming by and saying, it's time for me to do my yearly rewatch of this Let's Play. You didn't know that about the UI? That's scuffed? Well, that's not like a problem with the UI. That's a problem with like my UI and the controller. I'm using a texture pack that's fan-made that replaces the textures with higher quality textures, but it also replaces the UI in the top right, right? And none of the replacement UIs use the A, B, X, and Y buttons that are used on an actual Nintendo controller. And because my controller is kind of like a replica SNES controller, but with a PS2 style like handles, the A, B, and X and Y are Nintendo A, B, X, and Y, not Xbox ones, but the UI shows the Xbox equivalents, which is really annoying. So A and B are swapped, X and Y are swapped. A on my controller is what it says B is up there. So, like, it'll say, like, X to eat, so I'll hit Y thinking that's inventory. Nope. X is inventory. Y is to eat. It's an 8-bit Do controller? Yes. I also have a few of them. They are dope. I'm using an 8-bit Do Pro 2, which is my work controller. Although, very recently, after unbelievably heavy use of my job, the left stick, once in a blue moon, this only happened twice, but it happened right before the stream. Oh my god, it just happened again! I press down on it, and it gets stuck in the down position. And I flick it, and it goes back. Wow, I can just stick it there now. If I press it down, sometimes it just sticks. Okay, it's not doing it now. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully it doesn't keep happening. That's mildly annoying. I mean, it would never be an issue when I'm actually playing unless I gotta, like, flick down release, but only, like, a few Mario Party minigames ever use that. It's crazy. I'm gonna fish in a different spot. Maybe, like, here. Yeah, I probably just need to maybe deep clean the controller and that might fix it. Maybe it's just, like, getting a little stuck, you know, skin oils build up or whatever. Or maybe I gotta just get in there with a little bit of rubbing alcohol. I'll give that a try. Your brother has an 8-bit Do SNES style with analogs, but no handles? Ooh, nah, I like the handles. Especially because I can map the back buttons, and that's very useful when doing DS games. Yeah, LA Noire was really good. Favorite series to watch is the Mystery Dungeon one. That is a fun one. I'm just gonna fish most of the day and then go water again. We don't need to be befriending people every single day. You got the Steam Deck recently and the back paddle buttons are a game changer for sure. Yeah, you'd think that you would accidentally hit them. No, you never accidentally hit these back buttons. I don't know what it is. Because that's always, whenever you talk about back buttons on the controller and someone's never used back buttons, they're always like, oh, I feel like I'd accidentally press those. As soon as you actually have a back button controller, you never, ever accidentally press them. It just feels comfortable, and they're very useful. Use the Ultimate 2 now. I might need to... no, I probably don't need to buy another one, because I do have 2 8BitDo Pro 2s. I had a backup one just in case that I have only used like a little bit. So I can always swap that one out as my new work controller. My original 8BitDo Pro has a worn-out A button, so it's still like, it works, but it's uncomfortable for mashing. Because back in the day, I didn't use any turbo buttons. Or auto-fire buttons, turbo button, whatever you want to call it. And so I annihilated that button from the early days of grinding in Pokemon in the challenges. So it still works, but it's quite uncomfortable to press. It's kind of squishy and weird. It doesn't like click properly down like the other buttons do. And it's just because the like actual plastic membrane under it, the silicon membrane, is all messed up from years of use, you know? I'm hard on controllers, just because it's my job, you know? You gotta mash a lot when your job is playing Pokemon games a lot. So you're hard on the controllers. You gotta drop some money every once in a while on a fresh one. I take good care of them, clean them, and I don't like leave them in a bad position. I don't fucking leave them upside down or anything crazy, you know? How do I... There we go. Fucking... Oh my god. Lazy ass horse. Okay. I think the animals need to go back in. I will continue counting when MDB actually does the post-game. Post-game for what? Oh, Mystery Dungeon. Okay, I know what you're talking about. There it is. Sorry, I keep thinking that, I'm Gamer Kenny. Yeah, I know. Right, what was I gonna say? I keep looking for the watering pail, and I keep thinking it's still the blue one, but it's not the blue one anymore. Dude, how is my guy hungry again already? Dude, okay, you can say, like, you know, people are like, you weren't already using those? No, dude, okay, there were also a lot of people who said that it would be cheating to use them. Pokemon, like, the culture around Pokemon challenges changed massively in the last 6 years. When I was first doing those, so many things that are completely normal now were considered cheating back then. Fast Forward was considered cheating back then by a lot of people. So I did it very sparingly, and I would say when I was using it, or like show it. And I would specify when I'm not, like, you had to be so careful about that shit back then. Then there was a long time where if you used any rare candy that wasn't in the game itself, like, that was cheating. It took a long time of other people doing challenges and shit on Twitch, where people got to see how brutal the grinds were, before people started considering hacking in rare candies to not be cheating. Because then they're like, well, all you're doing is saving time, you're not making it any easier. You just mean that you can make videos more often. That's when people started changing how they feel about that, but even then, some people still consider that cheating. Some people say that I'm cheating because I use the move Return in a run, and they say, well, you can win every run if you use Return. What? I think every run I've ever lost, I used Return. Some people just truly have no idea what they're talking about. It's cheating to use Pokemon? Yeah, fucking tell me about it. I mean, you can win every run if you just use the Pokemon. Man, You say that you're so good, but I bet you couldn't even beat the game if you didn't use the A button, noob. You're basically cheating. Try using a return when a fucking Sunkern did? Then I did. That was my second run. My second ever run was Sunkern in Pokemon Gold? Crystal? One of the two. I think it was Gold. That was my second ever fucking run. And it was unbelievably hard because Sunkern was the lowest stats character in the entire franchise up until I think like Gen 6 or 7. How do you consider return a cheat? I don't know, man. Some of these people don't think at all before they type. Running shoes is cheating. You used surf to beat the game? Cheating. You should have just walked on water. A lot of people hear streamers say how good return is, and then they just regurgitate the opinion and morph into it being a lot stronger than it is. I do think that's part of it. I think other people are just like, oh, it's boring because you're using the same move every time. One, I don't always use return. It's not always practical. But two, they made it so every Pokemon can learn this move for a reason, or almost every Pokemon. You need to have some reliable move that you can just give to your favorite Pokemon and give you some kind of utility. Fishing is cheating? Damn. Oh my god. Oh my god, just let me, well, thank you. The only cheese that you used that I understood was, charm in a certain Pokemon run. The Pokemon was super weak, so I understood, but the comments were not so nice of it. Charm? You mean the thing that lowers attack by 2 stages? In what world is that a cheat? What? I don't remember ever getting flack for that. That's like a really normal move. Yeah, I legit don't remember anyone ever getting upset with me for using Charm. People got upset with me back in the day for using Double Team, so I try not to use it as much. You're probably thinking Double Team, because people would say, oh, you could beat any run if you use Double Team. One, yeah, you could beat any run if you use Double Team if you're willing to try every fight 100 times. I don't think they understood how long those Double Team fights took me. I mean, I can say it out loud, but they don't register it. I'm doing a Pikachu run right now in White 2, and I have to use Double Team because he learns it by level up, and it's the only way you can make like any progress. First run I've done in probably 2 years where I'm using Double Team, and dude, beating the last chorus fight, I just beat it, okay? It was the most recent fight I beat before this stream. Oh my god, it was so horrible because he starts with a Magneton and the second Pokemon is Magnezone. So even though I can learn Dig and I would one-shot them, they both have Sturdy, so I can't one-shot them. And they always use Thunder Wave, so I get paralyzed. And that means that Dig, they have twice as, I had to use Dig to beat them. So I have twice as much chance of losing my move to Paralysis because it's a 2-turn move. It is horrible. What I had to do is put leftovers on and keep using Double Team till I got 6 in, which sometimes took a very long time. Dude, just get to your house. Which sometimes took a very long time. Oh, and then I had to just keep using Dig and hoping I didn't blow it over and over until they were dead. And then I had to keep using Dig for the other Pokemon. I think he had one Pokemon that I didn't need Dig for. The psychic thing that he's got, I forget the name. It was horrible. And now I need to beat Getsus after this stream. It's gonna be like, it's legit gonna be like 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm just gonna be fighting Getsus over and over. I'm level 90, and I think the strategy is gonna be spam Double Team at the start while holding Bright Powder, so there's more chance he'll miss. And then, it's hors d'oeuvre, right? 1 fish hors d'oeuvre. And then I need to hope that he doesn't hit me with, God, I wish there was a faster way to make this. Hope he doesn't hit me with Toxic, because sometimes he uses Protect and sometimes he uses Shadow Ball instead. Over and over and over. Do you think you could have gone away with it, a cherry berry, or the second paralysis ruined the rest of the fight? The second paralysis would have ruined the rest of the fight. And I didn't have a cherry berry, even if I could. It was attract, not charm. Okay, if anyone gave me heat for using attract, they suck. Because it's a gimmick move almost no one has, and it's an absolute lifesaver. You may as well give me heat for using paralysis at that point. That's nuts. Also, am I making this sushi in the sink? Or is that a cutting board? It's a sink. I'm making it in the sink. That's crazy. Yeah, I think the strat's gonna be use bright powder, like as a held item, so that they have a better chance of missing from the beginning. Spam out six double teams, and then just try the whole fight. Because I can't actually, like, win... Because the thing is, even if I can get past Cophagrigus without getting poisoned, right? Like, let's say I use, like, a Pecha Berry, and I two-shot him with Thunderbolt. I don't think I can two-shot him with Thunderbolt, but, like, let's say I crit. I don't know. I would still lose to the majority of the rest of his team. Like, I'm not gonna beat the Hydreigon at the end unless I can get him to miss a few times. So I do need the double team. So I think the best move is Bright Powder double team. So maybe like 1 in 10 tries I can get past him without being hit by Toxic. So there's already like a 10% chance that I actually get to, like 10% of runs I actually get to fight the rest of his team. I have to hope no one hits me with a big move, hope no one crits me, and then just kind of hope everything goes smooth, you know? Can you substitute Cophagrigus? No, because I can't afford to get rid of any of my other moves for the fight. Sorry, something else. Is Pikachu Evilite? I can get Evilite, yes, but that raises my defense and my special defense by 50%. That would, generously, in a lot of fights, it would mean I can take 1 extra hit. Now, that would be awesome if I was a tanky Pokemon. 50% more special defense and defense could save me if I was a tankier Pokemon. But I'm such a frail Pokemon that that might mean I can take 1 extra hit, which means that Leftovers, in many cases, is going to be stronger because I could heal enough to take more than 1 extra hit if I'm double teaming, because then I only get hit occasionally. And often, I would rather have a magnet for more Thunderbolt damage, because if I can make 1 Pokemon die in 1 less hit with a magnet, then it's already better than using Evilite, because that'll only let me survive 1 extra hit with 0 healing, because the only way I can heal is if I take Leftovers. So, like, it's hard. Like, it's one of those things where it's really good on paper, but in a solo run like this, if you're a frail enough Pokemon, it just doesn't help you. Can I feed my dog flowers? No. That's probably a good thing. I'll just, like, find him a random mushroom to eat. I tried Confusion and Paralysis would be overkill if you could somehow get on 1 Pokemon. Yeah, I'd also be giving up a lot of turns to re-confusing them, when it probably just wouldn't be necessary with that many things stacked, you know? Yeah, I could go on forever about, like, strategies in these Pokemon runs, and how a lot of it is just trying to get rid of randomness. Because, like, you'd think the randomness stuff would play in your favor, you know, like using evasion and attract and whatnot. In reality, all you want is to find ways to take randomness out of the fight, because even if you could hypothetically win every fight by just spamming double team from the beginning and never getting hit, that's really unlikely and probably going to take you a lot of time, and I only have 1 week to do every run. So, realistically, what's more valuable to me is if I could level up a few times and make it so that I could win this fight in 1 less hit, then that takes out a lot of randomness, you know? Like, if I, if the beginning of a fight, like, let's say that the part of the fight that's really difficult is 5 Pokemon in, but I'm only getting to that guy half the time because I need the first Pokemon to miss a move that's 50 accuracy, right? Then the moment I level up enough that I can one-shot that first Pokemon, I have double the odds of winning the run now, because it used to be only half of runs I got that far. Now I can get that far every run. So even if I am not any more likely to beat that final Pokemon, I have twice as many attempts where I get to that point. You probably know this concept from speedrunning, if any of you follow speedrunning, that time, like if you discover a time save, that's a huge deal. But sometimes it's just as valuable to discover a way to do a difficult strategy more consistently, because that means that more attempts can get to the point where it is possible to get a higher score. It's very similar in the challenges that I do, where more than anything, you want consistency, because making one part of the fight more consistent means that you get to have a legitimate shot of winning the other parts of the fight more often. Especially in a game like Pokemon, where like, yeah, hypothetically you could crit every move, and maybe that'll get you through a fight that otherwise would not be possible, but you're not going to crit every move. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So if you could make it so that you don't need to crit every move, if you could get to the point where you only need to crit one move, well, that's not so bad, you know? By regular odds, a crit is like 1 in 16, I want to say? Something like that? Like, a 1 in 16, okay, that's slow, but you can try the fight 16 times. That's not the end of the world. Now, the odds are worse than that, because maybe they'll crit you, and that'll ruin it. And, I mean, how many times did they hit you over the course of that fight? I don't know. Maybe over the course of that fight, you know you're going to get hit at least 3 times. And if any of them crit, well, you won't have the health for the end. Okay, so your odds aren't actually as good as it looks, but it's still not horrific, you know? Disregarding RNG is huge for speedruns, which Sonic Mania wasn't so RNG heavy yet. Like, I follow 007 GoldenEye speedrunning very closely. I've watched there's a video series on Speedlore that does the entire world history of every single record in the entire game, year by year, since the game first came out, because that game, they've recorded the speedrunning history of it since like 1998, I think, 1999. It's one of the best kept histories of any speedrun game, especially considering how old it is. It's very cool. And there's a guy on YouTube who did every single video. He's on a channel called Speedlore. He goes over the history of like every innovation, every world record, everything on every stage. It's very cool. Oh, right, it's this button. Sorry, I had to remind myself, like, so I didn't accident. Oh, only 1 milk? Damn. I had to remind myself so I didn't go fucking blowing it. I can't milk this one, right? Yeah, it hasn't had a baby yet. Don't you fall asleep? At least I didn't piss it off. Yeah, so a lot of those records are borderline maxed out. Oh, I need to go get more bird feed. A lot of those records are borderline maxed out for 007 GoldenEye, and it is believed that many of the records can only get better if basically we innovate, if someone comes up with a new strategy that we didn't know existed before. And it's so heavily studied. Really? Nothing? Or is it not in the tool section? Is it in here? Hey, bird feed. Oh my god, this inventory system. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So GoldenEye running is dead? No, it's not dead. It's still pretty active. People, and not every single run is maxed out. Some of them are believed to be maxed out, but you never know, because there's many times where they were believed to be maxed out and then someone makes some really innovative new discovery. It does happen. See, the thing with 007 speedrunning is the official record boards don't use milliseconds. They don't even, they use seconds. They round to the near second because what they use is they use the end screen timer that is built into the game. So it's down to the second, not the millisecond, which means that it's much more possible to actually max out a time. The innovation on those stages is wild, though. But, like, there's some stages in that game that are unbelievably luck-dependent to be able to get the optimal luck to win. The ultimate example everyone always brings up, and it is probably the best example. So half-second barriers? No, it's just it's full-second barriers. Because it doesn't even round to, like, a half-second. It's literally just whatever second it was on, you know? Anyway, the level Frigate, especially Frigate, 00 Agent, is the most atrocious one, because you need to get the most, what's it called? Hostages. It's the level we were on a boat, if anyone remembers the game. And you gotta save hostages and then escape, right? So, for example, we'll use Frigate Agent, the easiest version, where you only need to save, like, I think it's 3 hostages or something. So they've already figured out what hostages are the fastest to save. So a 1.4 second be rounded to 1 or 2. Like, if the record was 1 second, like 1.4 seconds long, then it would be, I think 2 seconds? Yeah, it'd be 2 seconds. Once you go 1 millisecond past the second, it's the next second. So, you know, it could be 1.1. It could be 1.0001, and it would still be 2 seconds, because you're on the second. That's how it counts it. So it's, yeah, it's not like rounding up or down. It's not like 1.4 would be 1, and then 1.5 would be 2. It's just whatever second it's on. Charmander, that's a weird fish. Yeah, I'm catching Charmanders left and right. I hope you're having fun with the stream. I see it's your first time. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So in Frigate, there's so much randomness. So you can beat the stage in like 20 seconds really, really easily. You can shoot the guards, and then get back onto the starting boat where the level fades out. And that's what you do. All you do is you shoot the guards, you throw a tracking bug onto a helicopter, and then you go back on the boat at the beginning. And that's the winning strategy. And what you do is you just pray that they escape in time, or else when you get back on the boat, it just says you lose. It's complete luck. All you do is you get the muscle memory to beat it in 20 seconds. And then you do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you get the luck for the hostages to get out in 20 seconds. And that's literally it. That is literally it. Because it's all randomness. It is theorized that it's less than 1% of runs that they escape in 20 seconds. Have you seen the Curl Drops video about cheating history of the game? Yeah, I have. Actually, Goose, he does Goose's gamer folklore, and he also does speed lore on YouTube. He's covered the cheating in GoldenEye a lot more extensively because he's covered 007 GoldenEye speedrunning like really, really in depth. It's the main thing he did on his channel for years. So, you know, he goes over like Callan Haynes and stuff. All these different people who cheated and how they did it and what happened as a result and everything. He shows the forum posts to show the history. So you actually get to see what people were saying at the time about it. It's interesting. Oh yeah, have a fun time. And thank you for watching Pokemon Stadium. I was really proud of that Let's Play. Maybe I'll catch another one sometime. Well, I'm streaming every day in April, so I'll be live lots. Don't, you bastard. Did he stop fishing because of that? He actually stopped fishing because he got 2 hungies. Oh my god. Alright, eat your fucking sashimi. Yeah, so you just try over and over until the hostages escape in time, because it's all random. You have to hope, so the hostage doesn't start running back home, or back to the boat to, like, escape, until the guard has finished his death animation. Now, the guard's death animation is like one of something like 24 random animations. You need it to be the fastest ones for it to work. It's also random what path the hostage will take to leave the boat. You also need them to take the fastest path. So even if you were to hypothetically nail the 20% running back to the boat every single time... Are these already fully watered? I don't know, man. It just started raining! Oh, thank God. Okay. Holy shit. All right. I'll use my extra energy on this then. Since you're fishing, I'll tell you that I watched Dwarf Fortress playthrough where they had a child become a serial killer punching people to death. I love Dwarf Fortress. I'm not good at it, but it's a great game. Very silly. Very cool. All right, I gotta let the animals in. Come on, get that big button. Wow, that button kind of looks like an alarm in GoldenEye, just smaller. There you go. And there you go. Yeah, RimWorld's also awesome. I mean, RimWorld's largely inspired by Dwarf Fortress. You thought the brown cow was a giant hamster? That's crazy. Now, mind you, not all 007 GoldenEye records or like world records are like that random to get. Well, there's a decent amount of randomness in a decent amount of the ones that aren't, like, maxed out because of that. Because, like, even if you had the skill to get the record, you also need the luck. Oh, thank God it's still raining. Yes. Oh, glorious rain. Oh my God. Oh my God. The turnips are done, or at least some of the turnips are done. Apparently this one's taking its time, but whatever. This means less watering work for me for the rest of the season. I am never planting a full field ever again. What an enormous waste of my time. Isn't it usually one of the things, Isn't the thing that cheaters are usually more likely to be really good players than really bad ones? Yes. Because a really bad player who's a cheater won't understand the time that it takes, and thus it'll be very easy to catch that they're cheating. Because one, they can't prove they have the skill for it, and two, they don't know how to make a realistic cheat, because they don't understand the mechanics of the game well enough. The most prolific cheaters are always really good at the game for several reasons. One, they know how to make the cheat look more convincing. But two, is they are more willing to cheat because they feel that they have the skill to get the record, they just haven't gotten it yet due to bad luck. And so after failing it a million times, they decide to cheat because they're like, okay, well, I know I can get it because I'm getting this time and I'm just not getting the luck lining up. So I'm just going to cheat the record and move on with my life. And that has happened many, many times in many, many games, but that has especially happened in GoldenEye. That has happened a lot in GoldenEye, especially on Frigate, because Frigate is a very, very easy map to splice footage in. Very convincingly, in fact. The biggest cheating scandal they ever had in their history was kicked off by Frigate. I think it was by Callan Haynes. When he declared he had like an agent record in Frigate, but people noticed that in the ending cinematic where Bond puts away his weapon, he put away the wrong weapon. It took a while before this got caught. And they looked into it and they realized Bond always puts away the weapon that you were holding last. And so he was holding the wrong weapon. Now, he claimed on the forums he wasn't cheating, and he had everyone try to investigate and figure out, like, they had the best technical minds on the game trying to figure out, okay, in what world could the wrong gun come out, you know? Like, is there any instance in the game where the wrong one is shown? Maybe he didn't cheat. And all these people waste all this time just to find out in the end, no, he definitely cheated, and he just wouldn't own up to it for ages. And then once they found out he cheated, he admitted to it, but he said none of the other records are cheated. And then they start going through his records and realizing a bunch of them were cheated. And so they made this decision where they said, okay, everybody on the forum who has cheated runs, we are going to give you amnesty. If you admit that any of your runs are cheated before, like, they gave them like a month to do it. He said, like, if you admit before this week that your run was cheated, then we will take down that run and you will not be punished in any way. You are not going to be banned from the boards or anything. It's just amnesty. You know, let's go forward with better proof standards from now on. Records have to be proven with beyond a shadow of a doubt. And anyone who cheated before, you know, it's a new regime coming. You can admit now and you're in the clear. You know how many people admitted? 0. And tons of people got caught by the new proof standards and were permabanned. No one admitted to it, even though privately the moderators had already figured out a bunch of people cheated and were waiting for those people to speak up. And they never did. I think that was like 2006, I want to say, something like that. But like, you can go to the Speedlore channel, and he's got quite a few videos where that comes up. Because whenever they hit that year, he always has to, like, you know, he shows the world records because he shows every world record on a level. He has an entire episode for every single level, every single difficulty of each level, because the different difficulties have different strategies. And he goes over every world record from the first ever video recorded record all the way to the newest one. Whenever there's a new strategy innovated, he'll dig through the archives of this ancient forum and show you the posts where they discovered the strategy and how they discussed it and everything. Like, it's very cool. Oh, I blew that one. It's super cool. You've been dragged to gaming with your friends. I hope you have a fun time, man. These are great videos, by the way, these Speedlore videos. If, like, you don't even need to be that interested in 007 GoldenEye necessarily. Like, they're great background music, or background noise if you're just, like, watching on the side, or if you're doing chores. And then, like, you know, he lets you know when a run is on, and the runs are only, like, the majority of these speedrun levels are a minute or less. So then, like, whenever he's doing a run and it's really interesting, that's where you can pay attention again if you want to, and you can hear his commentary over it, and he explains everything that he's explaining. I'm planning on rewatching the whole fucking shebang sometime this year or next year, because I only ever watched it once, and like that was something that I was binge watching in the early days of Pokemon Challenge, and he's done every level now. In fact, he's planning on doing a new series of Speedlore where he does every single level in the speedrunning history of 007 The World Is Not Enough, which was the game after GoldenEye. It was not even remotely as popular. And it's only been seriously speedrun by, like, 6 people, maybe, who have ever gotten, like, world records on any stages. So it's probably not going to be as complicated or as long. But I think it's going to be a fun watch, because I grew up with that game, so I'm pretty interested. I hope Van shows up today, because I want to make some money selling sashimi. I haven't made money in a little while. Yeah, I think that's a big part of why I find the GoldenEye stuff so interesting, is not just that the world records are so well preserved, but also the forum posts about it. So we can see the human interactions between the people who were discovering this stuff. You get to see these lost names that only ever mattered within a very small speedrunning community 25 years ago, and they now get immortalized in this YouTube series for the actual contributions they made, you know? The people where before speedrunning became really popular in the 2010s, these people who never would have gotten any fame for it, even if all you did was you came up with a brilliant new strategy on a level, you are now finally getting credit for that all these years later on a YouTube series that people watch and enjoy. You know? Just for this thing that you did as a hobby 25 years ago, you now get the credit for that really cool innovation you made that, you know, speedrunning was not popular when you did that. I think that's really cool. It's also very similar for Perfect Dark, because the Perfect Dark speedrunning records are also incredibly well kept, because, you know, it's the same community doing it as GoldenEye. I don't think Perfect Dark speedrunning is exactly as competitive. It's maybe very slightly less, but it also has its own very cool history. It's very common that if you speedrun 007 GoldenEye, you also likely speedrun Perfect Dark. There's a lot of transfer of skills. There was a time even, I don't think it's true right now, where the world champion of GoldenEye was also the world champion of Perfect Dark, which was Perfect Ace. Perfect Ace still speedruns, I believe, both games. I see him break a world record still once every few months in GoldenEye. Perfect Ace is a prodigy of speedrunning. Ryan Isran, Perfect Ace. He was, when he came into the community and started speedrunning GoldenEye and beating everyone's records, everyone was like, there's no way these records are real. And they didn't verify them at first until they saw a video of him playing. And he was like an 11-year-old kid from Pakistan who is just an absolute prodigy at GoldenEye. He's like in university now, I think, but like dude is one of a kind. I don't know what I can say. Like, this guy is inhumanly good at GoldenEye. He's crazy, and it's legit. He's not, like, it's not cheating or anything. You can watch him play, you can see the controller, you can see how he does it, he can tell you the strategies. It works. His strategies work for everyone. Like, it's legit. This guy is one of a kind. What is GoldenEye about? Oh, it was one of the multiplayer first-person shooters that really made console first-person shooters famous. Because before that, first-person shooters were very much like a PC-only thing in terms of how the popular multiplayer ones were all PC ones. Console first-person shooters in multiplayer got really big with GoldenEye, which is funny because it was a mode they tacked on last minute. Multiplayer wasn't originally planned for the game. It's a real fun game. If you have a Switch, you can play it on the Nintendo Online thing for N64. It's on the pack for it. It doesn't control great by modern day standards. It does control quite poorly, but I still find it a very fun game. I've played a mod for it on emulator that gives it mouse control, and that's really fun, but it's also very, very easy. That game is very easy if you have mouse control. Because a big part of the difficulty is that it's not very easy to aim on a controller, like on an N64 controller, especially back in those days. You know, there was no, like, auto-aim was way more primitive back then. It's not that there was absolutely no auto-aim, there was, but it was way more primitive back then. Oh, the rain stopped and the plants look dry. Life is forfeit. Shut up. They're all mad because I let them out while they were asleep. It was noon. How could I know that they were asleep? There's no avoiding that. It's one of my little gripes with this game. There was literally no avoiding that happening. I am blameless. That is nuts. You have no idea how tempted I am to just say I'm never planting crops ever again. Or I'm only planting like a few crops. Cause like, honestly, in this game, you make really good money off just having like animals. Like good quality animals. And selling the extra animals. Can't you upgrade to water more squares? I don't think you can in this one. You can in other Harvest Moon games, but I don't think you can in this. Yeah, you can switch your controls to use C buttons for movement. The only problem with that is that The C buttons don't have sensitivity like a stick would have, so it's all or nothing. Although if you're speedrunning, then you do use those control schemes, because you never want to be running at anything less than full speed in a speedrun. Also, in speedrunning GoldenEye, when you're running on a straightaway, you run at a 45-degree angle, because for some reason, Bond moves faster at a 45-degree angle. And on the really tough stages, you do the run while looking at the floor. Because for every 1 minute of speedrun you're doing, if you're looking at the floor, you save 1 full second in lag reduction. Yes, that's real. Is this game better or worse than Stardew? It's a little bit apples to oranges, but I would say Stardew is probably overall a better game. But they both still have their own feel and their own appeal. These aren't ready to pick yet, right? No, tomatoes growing soon to be harvested, gotcha. Personally couldn't get into Stardew? That's a shame. I like Stardew. The anti-lag strike almost killed the game, didn't it? I didn't quite almost kill it, but there were some top players who stopped playing it for quite a while because of that. Actually, a famous one is Carl Jobst. He was one of the best players in GoldenEye at the time, and that strategy is what made him stop playing it for quite a few years, and he just moved fully to Perfect Dark. He's kind of more famous as a Perfect Dark player. Although his most famous GoldenEye record was definitely Dam 52. Which was beating Dam on Agent in 52 seconds, which for a very long time was an insanely difficult score, but nowadays, there is a recent innovation on Dam that only happened less than a full year ago that made that score way easier to do, so now there's like 50 plus people with that score of Dam 52. But yeah, like, I remember Carl Jobst back in the day as the world champion of Perfect Dark and GoldenEye. I don't think he was the world champ of both at the same time. I could be misremembering, but I know he's been the world champ of both. Yeah, I gotta go make some sashimi. You seen the Minecraft movie tomorrow as you're wearing a helmet for protection? Yeah, I don't blame you. I heard there's some crazy shit going down. Hello, dog. Oh, he just automatically got put down because I was exhausted, I guess. You didn't know that about Carl? Yeah, that's how he made his name. Before he was known mostly as a YouTuber, he's one of the best speedrunners in GoldenEye and Perfect Dark history. It's how he knows his shit. He doesn't really speedrun much anymore, though. Night, Logan. Why'd you use the expensive mushroom to feed your dog? How expensive is the mushroom? I'm just giving him shit I found on the floor. Like a bad dog parent. 100? Ooh, maybe I should use something cheaper then. I didn't know it was worth that much. Maybe I should give him that fern-looking thing. Bracken. I also have royal. I have like 15 royal ferns I could be doing. Did you see your tweet was in the newest video? Yeah, I did. I got so much heat for that tweet. I muted that shit so fast. Once I had like 10 replies of people who completely misunderstood what I said and was just fucking furious at me, I'm like, oh, mute that shit. I got better things to do. I have work to do. Dude, can I just do a shout out to Larry Bundy Jr.? Any of you know that guy? I've been watching him for over a decade. Great guy. Me and him have bumped into each other over the years just in like YouTube comment sections or whatever. So like we know of each other and I watch a show, it's good. But we never spoke really, not in private. When I was getting heat for that tweet where like when people got mad at Carl when he lost his court case, and all these people are like, why did he make it seem like it was about cheating in video games when it was about the Apollo Legends stuff? I was over here like, what? Because all these people are like, you lied to us. And I'm like, lied? What? I've been following the case for years. I actually followed the case. I'm not one of these people that are just like pretending. And yeah, I've known the whole time it's about that. Like, all you had to do is read any of the filings, any of the anything, follow any of the days of court. Yeah, cheating and speedrunning came up a lot in court because that's one of the things Billy kept threatening over. But the thing that Billy actually took to court in the end is the Apollo legend thing, of which even after that was brought up, tons of people just believed complete misinformation about it. It was so frustrating. All I did was I came in and I said, like, I was like really taken off guard by how people keep saying that. I'm like, no one misled you. He didn't, like, did you see any of the court things? It's very clear what it's been about the whole time. I got a bunch of heat for that. I muted it because fucking life isn't Twitter, you know? I can do other things. But I actually got a DM from Larry Bundy Jr. like the next day where he's like, dude, I'm sorry they shat on you so hard for that tweet. Like, no one should get treated like that. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. I just muted that shit. I don't care. I got better things to do, but thank you. I really appreciate that. We talked a bit. Really good guy. So just pointing that out as a shout out to Larry Bundy Jr. that he saw some random guy on the internet getting absolutely shat on for coming out defending a guy for a valid reason, and he just jumped into the DMs just to say, hey, I'm sorry that happened. Life isn't Twitter, it's X now. No. Did you just fall asleep when I was about to brush you? Okay, no, you're awake, cool. Wait, are you dirty? I just fucking washed you! Oh my god. Okay, fine. No, turn. I gotta steer my goddamn... Dude. Just go. There's gotta be a better way to wash. Just fucking washed you. How are you dirty already? Get washed, bitch. Are you dirty too? I can't even tell and I'm not taking a risk. Turn around, you stinky bitch. Just gotta steer my cow. You were dirty! You're a whole different shade now. Wow. I don't think you have to wash your horse. Nah, it just says use. You singing the sound while trying to move the cow sounded so sad. Yeah. All right. Do the plants look okay? Yes. I'm gonna sleep early to get some energy in, and then I'm gonna water the plants. What day are we on? We're going on to day 6, okay. Summer's gone fast because all I've fucking gotten to do is water plants. I think some of the plants are ready. What are those? Oh no, those are just flowers? Yeah, it's a melon. Okay. Well, it's already a lot better not having to do the turnips. Does this game have... No, there's no settings menu here. I don't remember there being one on the main screen either. I was gonna say, is there like a music meter that I could turn off, so I still have in-game sound effects, but I could supply my own music. You're one of those people who thought it was about cheating allegations as well, because Carl talked about how he was sent paperwork saying we'll sue you about cheating allegations. I mean, yeah, he did that. That's the thing, is he was sent paperwork saying that he was going to get sued for that. Billy threatened to sue for 4 different things. The only one that actually went to court in the end was the Apollo Legend comment. Even then, people try and claim that he said that Billy drove Apollo Legend to suicide. That is both not what the claim was, and not even what the judge thought the claim was in court. A lot of people are just lying left and right because they have no idea what they're talking about. You know, you can read what the judge even thought about the case. He made a 118-page write-up. I have it bookmarked because I actually give a shit. Question, can you actually stay awake forever in this game? Like, if you keep eating food to give you energy? Actually, you don't even need to eat food. That's the crazy thing. This is like, I think, the only Harvest Moon game where you never pass out if you don't eat. Your guy complains and his stomach growls and it distracts him a lot, but you never pass out. Can you just take the record out of the record player to stop the music? I think you can. I don't know why I didn't think of that, actually. Chat, do you want me to stop the music? Because I'm okay with stopping the music. If you want the music to stay, though, it stays. It's up to you guys. I could do a poll. We can have the music sometimes. I could supply my own music, or we could even just have the ambient noise. Oh, sorry, an eyelash is threatening to poke me in the eye again. A poll would be good. I'll make a poll in a second. You can switch it up, you have a second record? Yeah, but the other record sucks. I remember the other record song just not being any good. Any mods in chat? I have almost no moderators on all of Twitch. I don't really need any. Nothing really happens, you know? I have a very chill stream. Usually if someone's coming in and they're causing shit, they either get bored and leave very quickly, or they just assimilate. They realize that it's a really chill stream, and that people will be nice to them if they're just nice, and then they just assimilate and stop being an asshole. That or they just get very bored of the stream because they don't like that they can't get a rise out of me. See, the thing is, it's not easy to, like, get the kind of rise out of me that they want to get out of me. They usually either get burned or they get won over. Because it's... Oh my god, my guy collapsed. It's not easy because they're used to dealing with, like, just random people. They're not used to dealing with someone who's run a full-time YouTube show for 15 years, because there aren't many people who have done that. You know? There are not many dudes from my time left, and most of the dudes from my time were not also streamers. I was streaming before there was Twitch. I have a lot of hours put into this whole thing, so I know what I'm doing for the most part. For the most part, I'm not gonna say all the time. I know, so you don't get hit by many bot attacks. Yeah, I ban like one bot every 5 streams, maybe. That's the one thing that I do moderate for, is if I get a bot saying like, oh, buy subs or whatever, or not subs, viewers. They're like, oh, buy viewers at this website. I ban that. I don't really need to ban people, though. Never a need. What was the song you were listening to on Schedule 1 stream last night? The hour-long loop? Oh, that was the hour-long loop of the shop song from Front Mission. If you just go on YouTube and you search Front Mission Shop OST, you'll get it. The 1 hour loop is the SNES version, which was the original. I think it's the best sounding version, although some people like the PlayStation version more. That also sounds really good. It's a little bassier. Yeah, modding for large accounts is probably quite stressful. I never got people who, like, come to a stream and they just really want to be a mod beyond, like, they want to stand out and seem like the cool person, you know? Because, like, why would you actually want to be a moderator? It's a lot of work. It's instant responsibility. Why would you want that? It's a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. And if shit isn't going to plan, you're the one who takes the blame for that. And also, you're under more scrutiny, because if you make a bad call, not only is the streamer mad at you, the chat is mad at you too. You're no longer one of us with the rest of the chat, you know? Good morning, I've been an archaeologist. I do archaeology. Can I not dig here? I think I can only dig at certain times of day, but I don't remember when it starts. I would like to dig, though, just because it's an alternative to fishing. Did I just knock on an open doorway? Hello. This will come quite a ways. Oh, you helped with the dig? Yes, I did. Yes, I am here to help with the dig. You just won't let me. Is that the only room in the whole game with that song? Yeah, I'll talk to me when I'm at the dig site, okay. Can you tell me what time that is? Thanks, dude. The flower stuck next to the tent always annoyed you? Understandable. There's another flower in the summer that's like down by the coast that's really annoying. I forget, we're in the fall, right? Did I say summer earlier? I think we passed summer. Yeah, because the leaves are turning orange. Oh, hey, it's Van! We can sell stuff today. You know, I should have put those turnips in the shipping crate. You think Sabu should be a mod? He'd be a horrible mod. Hey, Van, you looking at me? Yeah, you are. I've befriended so many people. Just reminded me of panicking trying to change my friend's stream settings because not one of us knew that we were doing. That's great. Ruby, have flow. I think she already likes me, but have a flow. Is a good cooler, yeah. So she starts giving us spices at some point. I think you can use it in cooking. I know there's a popular infinite money glitch in the game where you can duplicate the spices and then sell them. I'm not gonna do that though. Yeah, you say your stock lines that you always say. Now he's saying he likes the milk, so I'm gonna give him more milk. Tim? Yes. There you go. Yay! He's not looking at me. Okay, I still gotta win over Tim more. Grill a fish with butter. That's a weird thing for that plant to say to me. Fan! Fan! Fine, don't set up shop. Maybe I gotta set up shop. No, I'll just sell to Van when he comes out here. Tim, take my moo juice! It's a lot of work. For this kind of stream, it would be chill, but not needed. There's a VTuber I mod for. Chat is usually fine, but I think there's at least one troll or badmouth person per stream. Yeah. VTuber chats get pretty crazy sometimes. Depending on the VTuber and how their stream feels, I guess. Cody, go on. Yay. Only mod for one of my friend's streams, and even then, it's more racing because he wanted more people to make polls and time people out for fun. Ah. I wouldn't mind having someone around to help with polls. I don't do it super often, though. God, those sound effects are crazy. He's not looking at me? No? Oh, wait, did he? I thought he did for a second. No, I guess not. Daryl likes all kinds of random things, right? Like, he likes fish. I don't think I have any random fish anymore. You know what? I bet you he likes moon ore. I'll give him a moon ore. I'm gonna go moon him. Still need to do a pull for music? Yeah. He must be sleeping. Oh, hey, van setup. I don't know why the game didn't inform me. I think this is the one that's worth decent money. Oops. Wanna sell? Yeah. Yeah, $100, not bad. You can have all three. Yay! And I want to sell you sashimi. Whew, good money. I'm selling you all of them because I can get more of these easy. There we go, we more than doubled our money just by selling that. Oh yeah, it's WrestleMania this weekend, by the way, everybody. Only $10? Fuck it, I have 42 of them. It's WrestleMania this weekend. I'm streaming both days. I'll probably have to stream earlier in the day, I don't know. It'll probably be short streams too, but I'm doing wrestling games both days. I'll do Wrestling Empire one day, and I'll do more of WWF No Mercy Plus the other day. He loves pocket sashimi. Delicious. Yeah, the selling to Van in this game is a very slow process, as I'm sure you can see. Oh, I can use left to sell faster. Okay, that's a little better. Slightly. Okay. That was good money. Come, trusty steed. Trusty steed. Fuck, dude. Trusty steed! Oh, I got tired of whistling, I guess. You asshole. Do you not hear me? Did anyone else watch the BG3 Patch 8 trailer? No, I didn't see the trailer. I have a few friends who are obsessed with that game, though, and they've been very excited for that patch for ages. Whistling is very draining? I wouldn't know. I've tried to learn how to wrestle. I've tried to learn how to whistle in real life. I cannot seem to do it. Hey, Retra. Do I not? Huh. Only animal product in here? I could have sworn I could put turnips in there. Huh. I guess I gotta sell to Van then. Sorry, in like every other Harvest Moon game, you can sell crops to the shipping container. Only dairy. Huh, okay. Easiest way to learn how to whistle is to start with inhale whistles. Maybe I can figure it out now, I don't know. Maybe I could never figure out before because I used to have a really bad overbite. And nowadays my teeth are straight. Although who knows if they'll stay that way. I've officially I had braces in like high school, and then I had like those permanent retainers put in. It's not the kind you take out at night. It's the permanent bar in the back of the teeth. But at the beginning of COVID, the top one snapped off, but my teeth never shifted. And then like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, the bottom bar snapped off. So now I have no retainer. Now, I was told last time I saw my dentist like 6 months ago that they're not worried about my top bar snapping off because my teeth never shifted and the bottom bar is the important one anyway. Now that the bottom bar is gone, I hope my teeth don't start shifting again because that would suck. I do have a lifetime warranty on the retainer from my orthodontist from when I was a kid, so I can apparently go back to the same one and have a new retainer put on, I think. I don't know if I can get new braces put on if I need them, though. So, who knows? Alright, you can have some turnips. Wow. I think I'm making more off the sashimi. Dude, the sashimi was worth so much more than the turnips. What a waste of my time and money. If I spent the time I spent watering those turnips and I instead spent it catching fish and turning it into sashimi, I would be so much wealthier. This is one of the many reasons why farming is not worth it in this game. Ranching is worth it, and fishing is worth it. Oh, hey, Rock's looking at me, cool. I've befriended a lot of the townsfolk. If I could whistle songs, I would. Although it probably would sound awful on the microphone. It'd probably be really harsh. Your teeth are pretty janky. Should have gotten braces. I mean, braces are expensive. Are the tomatoes ready? I think a few of them are. If you want, I can make a poll for you if you want, I can make a poll for you if you want. Only take a minute? No, it's okay. I would have to mod you for that. I don't want to go modding people right now. If I were to mod someone, I have to like really think about it and figure out who I'd want to mod, because then I'm opening the floodgates and everyone's gonna want to be modded and shit. I think legit, like, I have like 2 mods. It's like What a Geek, and I think Lydia's probably still a mod. Because at some point they added VIP. And VIP is basically, it's just way better than being a mod. Being a VIP gives you all the clout without any of the responsibility. Because it basically just says, I am a friend of the streamer, you know? Can't VIPs do polls? I don't know. I don't think so. I think VIP is a vanity thing. I call not it on being a mod? Yeah. See, that's the right approach. You don't want to be a mod. A mod is responsibility and work. And you would think, like, I'm a mod. That means I'm going to be closer to the streamer. No, probably not. The streamer still probably is only going to talk to you when they're live. Yeah, VIPs can talk when it's an emote-only chat, but like, who uses emote-only chat? How boring is that? That is true. Some streamers have mods that spearhead bullying the streamer. Oh, that was a miss. Closer to streamer. Oh, that isn't how you get close. Yeah, no, it isn't. You know how you genuinely get closer to the streamer? You have a good rapport with them, especially on like Twitter and like off-site social media stuff. That helps. You can't always get a good rapport with them through the chat, just depending on like how fast the chat is and how big the streamer is. You get a good rapport with them through Twitter. And even then, you gotta not try too hard, because if you try too hard, that's off-putting too. Now, if you're one of these guys, though, that are trying to get close to the streamer because you have a crush on them, I'm gonna tell you right now, that won't work. That does not happen. Let me tell you a hard, sad truth about streaming. I guess to some degree YouTubing, but this is more true of streaming. A lot of people find their partner on Twitch. That is true. Now, here's the rules of it from what I have observed from being a streamer since before Twitch was even around, and knowing many, many streamers and YouTubers on a personal level. So this applies to both people I know personally and just things I have observed overall, okay? So, if you are a guy and you're a viewer and you want to date your favorite female streamer, then the cardinal rule is, no, that's not going to happen. Stop trying. That is just going to stress you out. Just enjoy the stream for what it is and don't try to date them. It doesn't make any sense. It's impractical. Your chances are 1 in a billion. Just enjoy the stream for what it is and don't make it weird and don't put yourself through the stress of pining after them. It's a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. Now that said, if you are a female and it is a male streamer, then yes, shoot your shot, because I personally know, and know many that are not personal, guy YouTubers and guy streamers where they're in a very good, healthy relationship with someone who was a viewer who shot their shot. However, if the streamer is a female, they never date a random viewer, but they do date someone they found on Twitch. They date another streamer. Every time. That is the fucking set in stone truth, is that the female streamer, if they're going to date someone in the online world, they don't date a viewer, they date another streamer. If the male is going to date someone, then they might date another streamer, but they also will date a viewer. Sounds about right from what I've seen? Yeah, no, legit. I have many friends who are guys who literally, their story of how they found their spouse now, and they have a very great, healthy relationship, is they jumped in my DMs on Instagram or something, they flirted with me a little bit and we got talking, and it turns out we have a lot in common and we got to know each other and it's great. I don't know a single woman who has that same story. If it's a viewer, the story is always creepy and bad, and they're either dating someone in their personal life or they're dating another streamer. Those are the rules when it comes to dating in the Twitch world. And YouTube, for that matter, by the way. It's the same. You sound like you're talking about wild animals in a documentary? Yeah. Is it really that different? Wild animals in a nature documentary and Twitch streamers? I don't think it's that different. Plot twist, same-sex viewers shooting their shot? Okay, so I have less of a sample size for same-sex viewers shooting their shot, okay? So I can't give you as hard of rules on that. Oh no, a nightmare! When I open Twitch to find this. Yeah, we're talking, I don't know if you're new to my show or not. If you are new to my show, this is extra funny that you've walked in on this. Anyway, yeah, no, those are the rules. Them's the rules. Legit, I know YouTubers that are my friends that are much bigger than me. And if they're a guy, then their success story of finding a partner that is very good for them is literally just, they got into my DMs. Not they pursued the viewer pursued them. And it's not like the viewer had awesome game or was super subtle. It's not like they didn't jump into their DMs and say, hey, I want that dick. It was they wanted to date, and they don't open with that like a weirdo. You get to know them first, but like, you know, if you're a female viewer, and you think, hey, maybe I want to ask out that hunky guy that I watch, shoot your shot. If you're a male viewer and you're like, hey, I want to date this female streamer I watch, do not shoot your shot, and do not pine after her, because the answer is no, and you're going to make things weird. Is it a double standard? Yes, absolutely. But I'm not here to tell you what is and isn't fair. I'm here to tell you the truth. We love a girl boss TM. Not for real. Guys really like that when they just come out and say, like, hey, how's it going? And then you just like talk with them for like a few weeks. And if you have a good friendship, a good rapport going, then shoot your shot. Just follow about your Pokemon vids, never saw you stream. What an interesting first stream. You came for a weird first stream, man. But thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having fun. I'm streaming every day in April. So there's so much. You'll catch me every day. We got on the subject of like, I don't know if you know like my history, but like I've been on YouTube doing full-time YouTube and full-time streaming for 15 years. Since before Twitch was around. So like I actually have a lot of insight on this and the culture of YouTubers and whatever. And the culture has changed over the years, but what I'm telling you right now is fucking evergreen. It has not changed in my entire 15 years on these platforms, so I don't think it's gonna change in the next 15. If it does, and I notice it, I'll let you know. Exactly. If a woman shoots their shot, it takes out all the guesswork for the guy. Now, if you're a guy, though, and you want to try and pursue, like, a relationship with a viewer, I'm not gonna say that it never works out, because that's not true. I know it has worked out, but you gotta be really careful with that, and you gotta not be weird, and you gotta not try and, like, loom any power over them or whatever. You gotta treat it as equals, you know? Because if you get a hint that they're, like, starstruck by you, then abort. At least until you are so friendly with them and on such friendly terms that they treat you like a friend, not like they're starstruck by you. You gotta get over that phase before you ever consider dating them. Otherwise, it's weird and it's awkward and it's bad for everybody involved. Personally, and I know a lot of people personally find it this way too, the whole starstruck phase that a viewer will have with you, it's kind of off-putting. Like, it's flattering on some level, but it's also like you kind of want to speedrun getting to the point of being friends with them or friendly acquaintance with them, you know? Because, like, yeah, it's cool that they're a fan of your work. I'm a fan of tons of people's work. But if they're, like, fanboy who believes everything you say and thinks you can't do no wrong and sides with everything, nobody likes a yes man. It's uncomfortable. And if you're one of the people who are attracted, like, relationship attracted, to someone being a yes man for you, your priorities are all out of whack. And, like, I don't try to date viewers, obviously. I was in a serious long-term relationship for 14 years. So I'm not the kind of guy who just dates a random viewer or whatever. But, I do make friends with a lot of viewers. I have a lot of friends who used to be viewers. Usually we try and get past that whole starstruck phase very quickly if they even have that phase. Because if they continue to be that way for, like, multiple conversations, I just kind of slowly stop talking to them. Because they're not fun conversation at that point. You don't get to know anything about them as a person. Like, they just... It's just, like, all about you. That's not what a friendship is, you know? A friendship's a two-way thing. Yeah, falling in love with an image or a character is a bad idea. I agree. That's why they gotta know you as a person. You're totally free to ignore this question and or tell me if it encroaches on boundaries. Are you still with a girlfriend you mentioned a few videos back? Yeah. Just past a year. See, I'm actually able to give people good relationship advice because my relationships last a long-ass time. It turns out I'm a catch. And it's not this face doing it. The face is working against me. It's the winning personality. It's the winning personality and the attention to detail. Plays in my favor. W Riz. I can give you guys a pro tip for dating apps because it only took me 7.5 weeks, I think, before I got a girlfriend on one that worked out really well. If you're the guy, send voice notes. Don't just text and say hi. Everyone fucking text and say hi. Do a voice note. Because I got told by tons of them that it was very forward, and then they kept talking to me. And they were very receptive. And they liked the voice note, because it's like the closest you can get to just being very confident, without being cocky, through online. And it's fresh, because no one does that. Voice notes. Yeah, a lot of these apps let you do like a voice message. So I introduce myself through that. I give like a 1-minute voice note where I hey, I'm Mah-Dry, because I say my name, because I understand that if they read my name, it's really hard to understand what my name is just by reading it. So like right away, I'm saying hi and I'm saying my name and they know how to pronounce it now. They don't need to ask. It's not awkward because they just heard me say it. And I just say a little bit about myself. And then, I ask them like, yeah, how's your day going? What are you up to? Tell me about yourself. And it's just like a really earnest question. I miss the mushrooms. Is the red ones though? I thought you couldn't pick those unless I'm misremembering. Dating is easy. Just give them a bunch of homemade sashimi every day. I mean, that's the real tip. I wasn't going to give you that one. That's actually pretty smart. I'll steal that. Absolutely steal that. Worked for me, didn't it? Because even the people I didn't end up dating because we didn't have all that much in common or we just weren't feeling it, it was all on very, very friendly terms. We had a very great time talking. Not suggesting myself to dating apps. Lamau, I'll stay in the blanket fort with Momo. Oh, yeah, don't use like Tinder and shit too, because that's like for casual sex or whatever. If you're looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, steer clear of that one. I didn't go with that one. I went with like Bumble and Hinge and stuff. Although Bumble's absolute garbage. Hinge is the one that actually worked out for me. I got almost all my conversations on that. Boo was okay as well. I got some good conversations there, but really it was Hinge. And Hinge wasn't like great, but people there mostly have like the right intention. And they'll give you the time of day. Oh, at least they gave me the time of day. It's also really easy to delete your Hinge, which is great, because then, once you get a girlfriend, it's really easy to just delete your Hinge. They don't, like, keep the account active after you wipe it. Like, there's just a button in there where it's like, wipe account. And it's really simple and easy to find, because it's one of their selling points, is that it's easy to get rid of after. They don't keep emailing you and shit. But, like, 2 yellow mushrooms in fall. Oh, I'll go up there. I mean, I picked up some yellowish-looking ones, right? Also, it's not a lake, it's a pond. God. I was not expecting this to become dating advice with MDB. Well, I'm hoping that it's, what are you still doing up this late? This is like the least late I've streamed this month. Oh, you're right, there are 2 up there. That's actually a low-key critical selling point for a dating app. I agree. Last couple times you were on dating apps, it was Hinge, and it worked out for a while at least. Yeah. My friends who've been on dating apps always have the best luck with Hinge as well. So isn't this the progenitor game for Stardew Valley? Kind of, yes. This is one of the games in the series, yes. But Stardew was more based on other Harvest Moon games. I should probably just fish. Yeah, another pro tip for how to do the Hinge conversations, don't be fucking desperate. You can be on that app as long as you want, and you're in no rush. You're just trying to find someone who works for you. So, like, basically treat it like you're not trying to date anyone you find on there. Talk to them through voice notes and get to know them like you're trying to become friends with them. Unless you just end up not getting along with them at all, then, you know, obviously sayonara. But just like literally talk to them like you're just making friends like you normally would. And then if you feel that attraction building, that's when you ask them out. And then like, if the answer is no and they're not interested, then like whatever. And if they're just trying to get a free lunch out of you and just trying to like go on a physical date immediately, then your priorities just might not be the same. Was the first Harvest Moon NES or SNES? I believe it was SNES, the first Harvest Moon. Yeah, it was SNES. It's good dating advice in general. I agree. But yeah, like I came away from Hinge with people who just, I'm like friendly acquaintances with, who wanted to add me on Instagram and stuff, you know? And we just like each other's statuses and stuff. We're not trying to date each other. It's whatever. You know, because we didn't work out for each other. We didn't really ever start trying to date. We just talked and we got along. Not friends, but we get along. Yeah, becoming friends is a good start to a relationship. I agree. Starting as enemies sounds harder. You have mutual homies on Insta because of dating apps? Same here. Got some real good conversations out of people. I got to learn a bit of their world. They got to learn a bit of mine. You know what got me a match, too? Because, like, obviously I got a bunch of matches, and that's how I got those conversations. You have to have a match to have a conversation. But, for me, I would always ask them in the voice note, I'd introduce myself. I would ask them what made them match with me, and I would say what made me say yes to them. And I'd ask them, you know, tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you up to? You know, give them a few things they can talk about. And every single one of them said that they initially matched me because they saw my pictures of me hanging out with my cats, and they liked either the vibe of it, or they liked my cats, or, you know, they just liked those pictures. Except the one I ended up dating, she ended up picking me because in the text prompts, I literally listed what my priorities are and, like, what I look for in a partner and what my needs are. Because one of the biggest things I learned from being in a 14-year relationship is that it's not just about what you're looking for in a partner. It's about it's not just about what you're looking for in a partner and how they treat you. It's that you can treat them the way you want to treat them and that they reciprocate that. Because if you, especially as the man in the relationship, if you show your love to them in the way that is natural to you, and that is not natural for them to receive it that way, and they don't like receiving it that way, then you feel worthless as a giving person. And that is demoralizing and horrible. So that is something that is not obvious that you learn through long relationships. And you need to be quite upfront with how you show affection, and you need to find someone who receives it that same way. Because if they don't receive your affection in the way that you give it, then you will never be satisfied in that relationship. Now I have to make friends? I didn't sign up for this intensity. Conversations make me consider downloading Bumble again and trying Hinge. Good for no Tinder? Hey, you don't need Tinder. Honestly, I fucking hated Bumble. I thought it was garbage. It's like, it really tries to get you to pay. I got no conversations on Bumble. It was horrible. Hinge was the absolute best one I used. MDB, legitimate romantic advice. The corner, lentil. Yeah, I like sneaking a lentil in there. God damn it. I'm gonna just fucking bite the bullet and eat a sashimi. Wait, I think I sold all of them, right? Ah, I gotta go make a sashimi. I think I gotta water the flowers again, too. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Midnight Ninja. Easy for me to say, Lord. Bumble BFF worked way better than base Bumble. I didn't even know that's a thing. For myself, I think I'm fine without dating. The whole, my whole personality is, does this look unsure to you? Face. I'm not sure what you mean. I remember this game. Isn't it so good? Okay, well, it's rough around the edges, but it is so good. It's a SpongeBob thing? Huh. I mean, I did used to watch SpongeBob growing up, but I don't remember that. I like how displeased my guy looks when he's presenting his sashimi because he's hungry. So he's just got this angry face, or this sad face plastered. Isn't there a Steam version now? Yeah, although it's pretty different. I'm playing the original. This is the GameCube original, just with a texture pack that makes it so some of the textures are higher res. The remake, the Story of Seasons remake, changes a lot of the gameplay, and all the characters have different names and stuff. Which isn't, like, bad, but I wanted to play the one I remember. Midnight Ninja, did you just find me? Or did you come from YouTube? Is Van's new name Go? That'd be great. Nah, I don't know what a lot of the new names are. Came from YouTube? Gotcha. Eat food. Did I already milk the cow today? I don't think I did. Get milked, bitch. Yay! Usually see you on Arch's channel. Oh, that's cool. Almost nobody from Arch's channel comes and seeks me out, so that's pretty funny. Eat food to regain health. I mean, it's not really health, it's energy. But the weird thing is you can have 0 energy and nothing happens. And I'm gonna sleep. I feel like it's easier to sleep at like 7 p.m. and get up at like 2 in the morning than it is to stay up past midnight and then sleep, you know? There's less chance of you accidentally losing out on time when you could be out in the village doing something. Stop with your nightmares. Stop with your Pop-Tart flavored nightmares. Does anyone else think of Pop-Tarts with that striped background? It's just me? That's weird that they call you Better Dev and then they don't watch you. Well, that's the thing, is they're just completely fucking obsessed with Dev, and so they know nothing about me. Dude, they should just date him already. It's really embarrassing. I'll pop into Arch streams and Dev hasn't been there in like over a month, and that's all they're talking about. No one on the show will bring him up. And they're just talking about him. Like, it's genuinely disturbing at some point. I've done full-time streaming on YouTube for 15 years. I don't know if I've ever seen a chat room that obsessed with someone. It's unhealthy. Dev derangement syndrome is very real. It is. It legit is. There's even more shit that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to people being deranged about them that people don't know about. All right, I gotta eat some sashimi. This sounds real strange. It is, dude. People take shit really far, too. The funny thing, too, is they're all like, you know, devs on the show, and they all hate devs' guts. And they make all these weird fan theories in the comments section as to, like, why Arch keeps him on and whatever. Okay, are they aware that every single person on the show is genuinely friends with Dev? He's not just on because, like, oh, farm super chats. No, Arch likes him. And so does Lumi. And so do I. And so do the majority of the guests, too. Like, that's why he's there. Because we actually like him. Because in real life, on a personal level, he's a good dude. But they just don't accept that because they don't like him. But that's how it is. That's how people are online sometimes. Sometimes people get this idea in their head of who a person is, and they don't like their Twitter or something, or they don't like an opinion or two they've heard fucking down the grapevine, and then they just think someone's Satan. And then they get all, like, obsessive and culty about it. We like him, but it's so fun to make fun of him? No, it's not even that situation. The audience hates him. We all like him. And even then, it's not the whole audience. It's like slightly less than half. Actually, it's probably substantially less than half. It's just those people are incredibly vocal. They're so vocal that they show up to streams he's not at month by month and only talk about him. They'll donate money saying, I'm so happy he's not here. That's crazy. They're like trying to make an incentive for him to not be there anymore, and they don't understand that's not how it works. Arch will say that as a joke, because he gets donations. But he doesn't mean that. That's the thing, though, is most of the audience can't tell when he's joking or not. What channel is this? I didn't know you're part of any group channels. Oh, I'm like friends with YouTubers all across YouTube. All different political spectrums, all different genres, whether it be gaming or cooking or whatever. Like, I've been around forever. I have tons of friends on YouTube. I guest on the Archcast sometimes. Usually if they have no guest lined up, Arch will DM me and ask if I want on. And they talk about like culture and politics and whatever. It's funny because that chat room really likes me, even though politically, like, none of them agree with me. It's really funny. A lot of the chat room that are very vocal, honestly, has like ideas that I think are nuts. Like being unironic monarchists who think that the United States should be a monarchy. I think that's fucking nuts, man. But like, you do you, and you have your opinions, and I don't really give a shit. You can think what you want to think. You're not hurting anyone. You're not beating anyone up. At worst, you're kind of a douche on the internet sometimes. Whatever. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. Dev's biggest sin is having a hard time admitting when he's wrong. To be honest, in private, he's very public about when he's wrong. He's very quick to say that he was wrong or that he put his foot in his mouth. It's just a lot of people don't see that because they don't like go to his channel and watch those things. They just want to hear whatever his detractors say about him. And of course, like, that's just gonna get watered down to what makes him look the worst, you know? Because that's how people behave. Yeah, you might not want to judge Arch things just based on the titles of the videos. And plus, I don't agree with Arch on everything, obviously. But that's the thing, is Arch is still a good guy, and he'll talk to you, and he'll have differences. He has a bad tendency of defaulting to stupid in-jokes and humor that he tells very, very dryly, when confronted with information that he doesn't know how to argue against, which I think is a bad habit, because then a lot of his craziest viewers think he's being serious with that. So his audience is a lot crazier than he is. Arch himself is actually a fairly normal dude. Okay, he's weird, but he's weird in the way that every YouTuber is weird. MDB is friends with John YouTube himself. Yep. I was there for John YouTube's wedding. They have a video about gay people being demons. He doesn't think that gay people are demons, don't worry. He's not even anti-gay. Yeah, he's not anti-gay at all, don't worry. That'd be fucking nuts. If he was like straight up like a gay basher, I wouldn't want to be on his show at all. Fuck that. He does have people in his audience who are that stupid. But you don't control who your audience is. I have people in my audience who are that stupid. Oh my god, it's raining, thank god. I mean, I'm a demon, so it's got some truth. But are you the demon, Finn Balor? Women, devil face. Animals? Oh, you're right. I gotta put the animals back in the barn. Thanks for the reminder. Where's... Oh my god. There's the horse. So my friends would absolutely be seen as the worst because of the jokes they make ironically. See, I have no problem with ironic jokes. Prime Balor was so good, I agree. Yeah, I got no problem with dark humor or ironic jokes or whatever. Like, there was like this big wave of people after the 2010s who are like, you can't make Nazi jokes. There's actual Nazis, and people will think you're a Nazi, and you're empowering Nazis. Nah, man, if I'm making a joke at the expense of, like, actual genuine Nazi beliefs, I'm gonna make Nazi jokes. Shut up. Why give them the power of not even being able to make fun of them? You know? I take my Jester's privilege very seriously. I will make fun of whatever the hell I want to make fun of. That's how you take the power out of it. That's how you take the piss out of it. You see, that's the thing though, is the people who say that, like, that always, like, shit on Nazi jokes, back in the 2010s at least, were people who are also saying that they're anti-Nazi. It's like people who don't understand humor at all. You know, you can, like, ironically repeat a Nazi belief in an obvious joking context, and the joke is that there's no way you would actually believe that because it's so obviously stupid. Like, the belief is so obviously stupid. And those are the kinds of jokes that they would say that you can't make. That's nuts, man. That's so stupid. If I make a joke about Chris Benoit, the greatest guy around, who wouldn't want to be like Chris Benoit, what a cool dude. You don't get to come at me and say, you can't make that joke. Don't you know what he did is horrible? You're not allowed to make that joke. That's insensitive to the victims. You can't say that. Fucking... You're making light of it. Nah, man. I'm making fun of a guy who murdered his family. Fuck that guy. I'm allowed to make fun of him. You don't get to moralize to me. Well, guess what? I get to do the same things about Stalin. I get to do the same things about Mussolini. Fuck Pol Pot. If I want to make a joke, I'm gonna make the joke. Yeah, Millie girl. You know I love my Chris Benoit jokes. Personally, I think that Chris Benoit was innocent. I mean, the Bowflex machine got caught red-handed. He was murdered. The joke is that I'm saying things so obviously dumb and wrong that there's no way I could actually believe it. And that is humorous. The only issue is nowadays some people would actually absolutely believe it. Yeah, but that's how it's always been. There's always been stupid people. Don't worry about it. Don't ruin your sense of humor and hang people who are just joking because 0.01% of people are blithering idiots. The world has always been that way. It's okay. There will always be blithering idiots. Don't let them ruin everything for you. Why does being hungry sound like purring? I kind of always assumed it was like a Japanese thing. Like maybe there's some kind of Japanese onomatopoeia for that. Also, damn, those tomatoes are worth no money at all. What is even the point of selling crops? I swear. I could make so much more money fishing in one day than I could watering crops for 5 days. Massive difference between people joking to make fun of it and people joking because they agree with it. Yes. Unfortunately, a different category of blithering idiot cannot tell the difference between these things and will hang anybody for just making a joke. I think my saving grace is that I laugh at my own jokes, so it's very obvious it's a joke. Oh, right, no point in whistling right now, he's in the barn. Which is why we can't have nice things. I just do the nice things anyway. And say to hell with anybody who takes it the wrong way and assumes the worst of me. You don't get to joke police me. I refuse. I will accept whatever stupid consequences people have. I will accept whatever stupid rumors people have. Because even if I'm as squeaky clean as possible, people still make up stupid rumors about me in real time. I've watched it happen. Do you guys know that there was once a person who made a whole Twitter thread ranting about how I'm a goony bug man who doesn't care about people? And their rationale was, they said that I always call male Pokemon he in my Pokemon challenges, but I don't call female Pokemon she. But I'm a goony bugman who wouldn't care about that, and then they had a back and forth with a bunch of people about how they've always hated me and I'm a scumbag. I saw that thread, and I pointed out that the footage is not in front of me when I'm reading the script, and if I don't remember the gender of the Pokemon, or if I didn't write it down, then I just use the Pokemon's name instead. I'm gonna just say the wrong one sometimes, and it doesn't in any way reflect, like, my greater opinion on anything. It's a fucking Pokemon run. Goonie Bugman's gonna be your new Twitter handle? Awesome. Hi, Suka-Jin, how's it going? I just noticed that's you. And to be, I have a political question for you if you don't mind. What do you think about women? Oh man, the worst. It's crazy how, like, when 100% of people who are born, there's a 50% chance they're born the wrong gender. Why do we even have them? Gasp, not women! Am I right? Long time no talk? Yeah, long time no talk. When was the last time we actually had, like, a conversation? It's been like a decade. What did we even talk about last? Probably a video game. Minecraft? I don't know. Red, did you see what I said? It's better to be silent and thought a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt. I mean, yeah, there's that too. See, I'm a fool, but I'm a fool in the jester way, you know? So long goes on Skype? Yeah, I don't even have Skype installed anymore. Gonna get some exercise before bed? Good on ya. I would, but my foot is still absolutely awful. It gets so swollen by the end of the night. It's still less sore every week than the week before. Just a silly, goofy dude? Yeah. I like making inappropriate jokes. I have the good sense to not make it at inappropriate times, but when I'm on my comedy show, yeah, I get to make inappropriate jokes. There's a time and a place for everything. I'm not gonna make these jokes in the fucking bank. But when you're watching a comedy show, I'm gonna make my comedy jokes. They're sunsetting it next month? I didn't know Skype's dying. Man, ding dong, the witch is dead. So Skype is like 100% dead because of Discord and Zoom, right? I feel like Discord took one half of the user base and Zoom took the other half. Sunsetting it is such a crazy name for destroying it. It's like how you hear VTubers are graduating, or, as is also known, putting a positive spin on, we are removing this character from existence. They did not own their own intellectual property, and we are getting rid of it as a callous business maneuver. That is wild to me. If anyone out there is like, I want to be a VTuber, be a VTuber if you want to be a VTuber, but can I say right now, I don't know the exact intricacies of these VTuber networks, these agencies, but from every little bit that I've heard, and again, I'll admit, I don't know every detail, holy shit, dude, don't get involved. If someone tries to own the intellectual property of your character, automatically say no. Never, ever, ever sign that away, ever. I don't care what the deal is. That's you. The only thing that you have complete control over in terms of, like, your assets when you run a YouTube show as a creator is you. Your likeness is so valuable. It's unbelievable. Do not sign that away for any reason, even if it's a character you're playing. That is crazy. Never do that. All right, that's my rant. Oh, hey, it's snowing. That's probably not good for the crops. People do use Zoom despite security issues? Yeah. Zoom did help replace Skype for sure. Even if you can say, like, well, my likeness isn't valuable right now, I don't make good money, maybe it'll be valuable if I sign with this agency. Yeah, they might help you get big, but if they did help you get big, and you did end up getting big through them, guess what? You had the chops to do it on your own already. No agency can force you to get big. If you got big through the agency, you could have done it on your own. I promise. Ugh. Is the same thing as multi-channel networks on YouTube way back in the day. They try and make you think it was them that got you popular. It wasn't, I promise. If it was them that got you popular, then why is it their own channels never do well? It's because the brand was never them. The brand is always you. So don't let them own that. All right, no, he wants fish, right? Yeah. There you go. With how much you have to spend to get the rig set up, why would you sign that away? I know, right? It really is people getting scammed by multi-channel networks, but done today, because it has been long enough removed that a lot of people nowadays getting into YouTube and streaming don't remember the age of when multi-channel networks used to be able to just straight scam YouTubers because there was no alternative. Yeah, fucking machinima and stuff. Yeah, there are people who get a good boost through an agency, but if you got big and you're in an agency, you didn't need the agency to get big. It may have sped it up marginally, but it was not worth the deal. Trust me. Absolutely trust me. Already iffy about signing contracts, as you should be. You gotta be careful with that shit. I'm not saying never sign a contract. There are good contracts on YouTube and stuff, especially with sponsorships, especially with streaming. There is stuff worth signing where they don't sign away your voice or your likeness or your opinions. Never sign away your opinions. There's certain things you just don't do. It's not a good idea. Not a good idea. All right. I hope you learned something today, everybody, but it is getting close to 2 a.m. I worked from when I woke up until this stream. I am going to end the stream. I am going to render the video, and then I'm going right back to grinding away at that work. I was talking about it on the pre-stream, everybody, but I've calculated, not counting today's stream, it is the 17th of April. Well, it's the morning of the 18th, but this is the 17th stream. So the first 16 streams was a combined 65 hours of streaming between the YouTube ones and the Twitch ones, because most were on Twitch. A few were on YouTube. I combined the hours of them because none of them are multi-streamed, obviously, and it was 65 hours. It's all on YouTube, by the way, in the playlist section. You can watch it, you can binge it. 65 hours. If I add in the time I spend making thumbnails and editing them and stuff like that, then it's 70 hours, because they require very little editing. It could have been slightly less than 70. I would go no lower than 68. I'd say between 68... Why did I read that as finishing poll? That's great. I would say between 68 and 70 hours grand total spent so far of extra work this month just in the streaming. And it has been fun. I tell you the hours because it's important that you know that this is eating up all of my time. I'm just pointing out that this is extra work I'm doing on top of what I'm already doing. And that is why I'm so busy right now. That's why you're not hearing as much of me outside of the streams. I'm not on Twitter as much as I would normally be. I don't really have any downtime right now. If any of you are DMing me, I'm really sorry that I've been hard to get a hold of lately. I'm responding to very few people in DMs right now because I am so busy with all the extra streams. So I hope explaining that 70 hours can explain why I'm so hard to get in touch with right now. It's all for fun, you know? It's just a fun time. Man has a relationship too, that's great. Yep, I still respond to her every day. I still respond to my mom every time she messages me and stuff. It's just, I have a very limited amount of people right now that I'm responding to on a daily basis, because I am very busy. It kind of helps that I twisted my ankle at the beginning of the month, because I can't walk nearly as much. Normally I'd be doing 10K steps a day. I wouldn't have time to do that right now, but that's okay, because I'm not supposed to walk that much right now. I'm still recovering. Might be a bit out of date with information. How's your neck doing? Off and on, okay-ish and rough. It's a lot rougher right now because I can't walk nearly as much, and it's the walking that keeps my posture better and helps support my neck better. So it has been a little rougher. The nerve issues from the neck have been a little rougher, but it's not like horrendous right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna get this rendered, and I'm gonna get this up on YouTube, and it should be viewable in the playlist section within the next 4 or 5 hours. So it'll be easy to watch. There's a whole playlist just for the April streams, and they've all been added to their own streaming playlists for their individual games. You can literally go on my channel right now and watch 65 hours, well, not 65 hours of streams, because that's counting pre-streams. So it's at least 50 plus. Yeah, it's at least 50 plus hours. It's probably like 53, judging by my average pre-stream. About 53 hours of recorded stuff in the playlist. Yeah. All right, do I have any friends who are live? No. Well, then I'm not doing a raid, because I don't want to send you to a shitty stream that I don't know. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.